welcome to the really late or possibly early, depending on your time zone show, with your host, Bloomer, for the win. Tonight's show, special guest star, Latarielle. Second guest star, Amanda Dufresne. Musical guest, ToyMachine. And without any further ado, your host, Bloomer, for the win. Thank you. Welcome, guys, to the first ever really late show, or possibly early, depending on your specific time zone. That's right, this is the first episode, which of course you guys know what that means. Lots of drinking pre-recording, so this should be fun. This should be a good time. All right. Lots of news recently, guys. We're fresh off of the royal wedding, where controversy was sparked when the reported costs of the wedding were announced. Much of that money being paid by the taxpayers. That's right, guys. Reported numbers for the costs include over $40 million spent on security alone. Or, as Twitch.tv's own Ninja put it, almost 3 whole months' salary. The wedding gown itself, worn by Meghan, reportedly cost $550,000, which may seem like a lot to some people. But it does make a lot more sense when you realize that the dress was made out of phoenix feathers, unicorn hair, and dragon heartstring. Now that the wedding's over, Meghan will be donating the dress to Ollivanders to help first-year students start their magical Hogwarts experience. I like that one. That was a good one. Call of Duty just came out with a new trailer for their latest game in the series, set to release October 12th of this year, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Set to release at launch includes an online multiplayer, Battle Royale mode, and multiple zombies maps. A single-player campaign has yet to be announced, leaving the entire online gaming community shrugging their shoulders, except for Steve. Steve is the only Call of Duty player still completing the single-player campaign. When asked for comment, he told me that he had sex with my mom and to go kill myself. Thank you. This past week, we had a trailer come out for the new Jurassic World movie, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Starring Chris Pratt, the internet is already up in arms, making sure that all of his dinosaur co-stars are getting equal pay. Battlefield 5 is causing a commotion with the front cover featuring a woman and multiplayer containing female characters that can be selected, spawning hashtags like #NotMyBattlefield and complaining over the historical inaccuracies. They would much rather the game stay historically accurate, where the people jetpack over the front lines, individually get 600 plus kills before using the moon laser to lead the Ewoks into battle against the Omnics. Making headlines across the world was Michael Rotondo, a 30-year-old who has been living in his parents' basement until recently when his parents kicked him out, having to bring him to court in order to get Michael to finally agree to leave. When asked about his recent fame, Michael commented he was excited to be made fun of when South Park's next season begins. Since being publicly embarrassed on CNN, Michael has appeared on the show InfoWars, starring Alex Jones. Alex gave Michael $3,000 to help him move out and get started on his own. The story proving Michael correct, he is a millennial. The company behind a game called Active Shooter are facing backlash in light of recent school shootings. In the game, players play either a SWAT team member or as an active shooter in a school setting. Set to release June 6th on Steam, Valve has already warned gamers not to take any of this seriously, calling the game a simulation and nothing else. The game is expected to be mildly successful based on shock value alone, and comes free with download, your own personal FBI agent monitoring your internet activity. We've got a great show for you today, guys. Our first guest, you know and love her as the main mod for the Fam Jam. She also streams once a week on her own channel. Give it up, folks, for Latarielle. Awesome. Next, we've got one of the most talented artists on the website and also a close friend to the community. Guys, give it up for Amanda Dufresne. Finally, wrapping things up with our musical guest, the main mod for the official Rocksmith channel, as well as a streamer in his own right, ToyMachine. Stick around, guys. We've got a lot of show coming your way. Have you ever wanted to advertise your stream and or product on the world's okayest talk show? Well, now's your chance. To put an ad on the show, send an email with your 15 to 30 second ad to bloomerforthewin@gmail.com with your Twitch username and what you do. Welcome back, fam. Our first guest, you know her. She's the main mod for many Twitch channels. Matter of fact, she's the main mod in my channel as well. She also streams on her own channel, twitch.tv/Latarielle. You know her, you love her. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Latarielle. Welcome, welcome. We're glad to have you here, Lat.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, Latarielle, it only made sense for you to be our very first guest here on the show because let's just be honest. You and I, we have some history now. We go back. We've known each other for a while.
Gosh, yeah, it's been, how long have we known each other? Like over 2 years now, I want to say.
It's definitely been over 2 years now, and I would say you started actually modding for me fairly early on. You're one of my first mods.
Yeah, I know I was at least in the top, I don't know, I want to say top 10, but...
Oh, for sure.
Gosh, I think it's because, like, the stream was really new at that time. I mean, this was 2 years ago, and I think you were only streaming for about a month at the time.
Probably about that. Probably close to that anyways.
Yeah, so it was really just, I think it was kind of natural because I had been there for a little while then, and I don't know, ever since then, I've just kind of stuck around, I guess.
And it's been a good thing, and I'm happy about it, too. So, so we as many members from the Fam Jam got connected through WoW Hobbs.
Yep, I believe it was a Hobbs host. He was hosting you a bunch early on, and you were playing, gosh, I want to say Rocket League the first time I was watching you. I was like, I don't really like this game, but this guy seems cool, so I followed and I just came back.
I love it. I love it so much. So how long were you watching Hobbs prior? But like, were you, I mean, I know you were a moderator there as well. So how did you get involved with the WoW Hobbs community?
Gosh, so Hobbs is actually the reason I started going on Twitch. He had a YouTube video. He promoted his Twitch channel. So I went over to his Twitch channel. I was like, whoa, this website's kind of cool. It's like a fast version of YouTube. So he introduced me to Twitch, and then the rest was history. I watched him for about a year, and gosh, I want to say 6 months in or so, I spent so much time there, and I got to know the community really well, and I was talking a lot, so I think he just recognized that, and he ended up giving me mod status, which was really cool.
Very cool. And that's the real truth, right? You end up coming from YouTube. So many people do kind of make that transition from YouTube to Twitch, and then you get hooked, you get kind of addicted the way we all seem to, and we go from someone who maybe checks out once or twice thinking, and all of a sudden you're spending your whole life there and thinking, geez, what did I used to do for fun? I don't even know.
Right? I know. I feel like it's so weird because YouTube used to be such a huge thing for me, and now I'm like, I would way rather watch Twitch because it's so interactive. It's live interaction with the streamer.
Exactly. Absolutely. Now, be honest with me and with everybody else here. How many hours a day do you think you probably put towards watching streams, taking part in your own stream? How much are you putting in a day to twitch.tv?
Ooh, that's okay. Well, I watch Twitch while I work, to be fair. So it's kind of the thing that I have on in the background instead of music or something. I always have Twitch on. So you could say I watch Twitch in and out like 8 to 10 hours a day. Okay. Is that a lot?
I think it's a healthy amount for sure, but the good news is you're getting that ad-free experience thanks to Amazon Prime, right? So what a fantastic deal, guys. I always talk about what a great deal that is. I love it. Now, as far as shifting gears a little bit here, but as far as your own stream, now how long have you been streaming? Did you get started right away? Was there a bit of a build-up? Give us the story of Latarielle's stream.
Okay, well, I've also been streaming for about 2 years. In January, I actually started on YouTube because I really liked putting content out, but I really disliked editing videos. That was one thing that I just did not want to do. So I had a hard time with it. Well, eventually I discovered Twitch through Hobbs, and I was like, I bet I could do this. So I started doing it just for fun, just to see how it would go. And I started getting people coming in from my YouTube channel just because I started on YouTube. Yeah. And then the Hobbs crew, who all knew me, they all wanted to come watch my stream. And that's just, it kind of spiraled from there. I mean, I'm a very casual streamer. I only stream about once a week. I do it for fun. I don't do it for full time, unfortunately. But I wish I could. I really do.
I think that's the dream and the goal, and a lot of people maybe won't even admit to that. But of course, I think most of us wish we could stream full time and make a real go out of it. But I think you have the right attitude, at least at this point, that you have fun with it, you have a good time, you build up a bit of a community, you make some good friends, and from there, the rest of the pieces fall into place. So,
Yeah, agreed.
yeah, so I think you have a really good attitude about that. Now, you're a bit of a variety caster. You do a lot of different games. My game, or the game I like to refer to you right now, is what is it? My time at Portia? My life at Portia?
Yeah, it's called My Time at Portia. It's
My time at
really
Portia.
recent.
Although I'm
Yeah.
still convinced that it should be pronounced Portia, but I'll
Portia.
I'll,
Portia.
I'll let it go for now.
Tomato.
Exactly. So, is that your current favorite game of choice, or what do you really like to stream? What's your favorite streaming game?
That's tough to say. Of course, there are games that I play that are more for the viewers, and there are games that I play that I really enjoy. Lately, I've been focusing on games that I enjoy,
Awesome.
and My Time at Portia is one of the big ones. I've only streamed it twice now. It's what I've been doing pretty much the past 2 weeks. It's very similar to Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley. That's a really popular game. It's a lot like that. It's a very small Twitch community, and I'm hoping to kind of like get the word out about that game. So hopefully more people start to stream it, more people watch the streams. We kind of grow the community on Twitch a little bit because it's a very, very small game on Twitch right now.
Yeah. Now, when you're streaming that, are you typically one of the, we'll call them larger streamers getting into that game at the moment? Are you kind of ground floors going to be one of the top my time at Portia streamers? Or, see, I even said it right that time. Or are you starting to see kind of like Stardew Valley, how more and more streamers are gravitating towards it already?
I think it's still in that really early phase where it's not really seeing a lot of viewership yet. And I think my stream, I get like, I'm not a huge streamer. I'm a pretty small streamer, but I'm usually towards the top of the list, which is
Awesome.
saying a lot because it's a really small game. So hopefully the bigger streamers will start to notice the game and pick it up, or at least at some point people will start to notice the game more.
Absolutely. Yeah. And when these bigger streamers need all the hints and the tricks, and they just need somebody to kind of guide them in the right direction, Latarielle's ready to help them out.
It's true. I'm right here. I'm a pro.
Now, Lat, another thing, we've talked about this off stream as well as off of, obviously, our show today, but I just want to go over it a little bit, kind of for everyone's sake of benefit, because I think a lot of the Twitch viewing audience is, well, to be honest, we're male. And we have a very different stream routine to get ourselves started and what we'll call stream ready, stream appropriate. Mm-hmm. Now, do you have any sort of a ritual, or what do you do? What gets Latarielle ready to get her stream started, and even anything after the stream to wind back down?
That's a very good question, actually. So before the stream, it's kind of a ritual for me I grab my phone, I run to the bathroom, and I get my entire makeup bag, put it on the counter, and do my makeup. It takes me about 30 to 40 minutes. Depending on how fancy I get with it. It could take a while. So basically, I get off work and I go straight to doing my makeup.
It takes me about 30 or 40 minutes to get my makeup done too. So that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense.
Exactly. Well, anyways, after that, I pretty much just get my dogs all situated and settled. I try to get some dinner in at some point, and that's about it. As far as like after stream goes, there's not really a whole lot that I do. I mean, honestly, I usually head straight to my bed. I run to bed, I grab my phone, and I watch some more streams, or I go on YouTube. That's usually
Well, again, you got to get those 8 to 10 hours of viewing in per day. So, of course, it makes sense. If you've wasted a few hours of actually streaming, you got to get those hours in to watch afterwards.
I got to make up the time. Exactly.
100%. 100%. So I also want to talk to you because this is a really interesting thing about, well, your life, to be quite honest, and that's you're married. You have a fantastic husband, a lovely gentleman. He's also a moderator on my channel, and he makes frequent appearances on your stream. Matter of fact, with his individual command, we can actually call him to your stream and get him to give you a cute little kiss on the cheek. Now,
point, Richard.
Exactly. So let's talk about Richard for a moment, and let's talk about how you guys met, because I think for anyone watching, I think it's just a really cool story.
Yeah, okay. So I've been with Richard for, gosh, almost 10 years now. Has it been
Wow.
that long? Wow. I'm like feeling old all of a sudden. Anyways, so we met. I was in high school at the time, and I had a boyfriend in high school who introduced me to the game World of Warcraft. And I was always a kind of a gamer, but I never really played too many online games. So I always saw him playing it, and I was like, "What is that game that you're always playing? World of Warcraft." Okay, so he introduced it to me. Unfortunately, him and I ended up breaking up. But after some time, I ended up meeting this person in, um, I guess you would call it a dungeon if you know, if you play the
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
a
absolutely.
dungeon. And it was actually my husband's best friend. He was looking for a group. I joined the group by chance. We all started talking, and we happened to be in the same state. We were only actually a couple hours apart from each other.
Wow.
So we got to know each other over the game, and then it to like adding our social medias, which at the time was MySpace. I guess that says how old I am.
I love it. With
Yeah.
13 different gifs and 4 different songs loaded in the background and would absolutely freeze up
Easily.
your whole computer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would take 5 million years to load your page because there's just so much stuff all over it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yep. So we talked on there, and I guess the rest is history. We ended up meeting in person, and it just worked out. It
Uh,
fell into place.
That's exactly it. Exactly what you said. The rest is history. And what a phenomenal story. What a cool way. What a cool thing that really shows kind of where we are today as far as the world we're living in. And I think it's so cool. It's so awesome. I love
Yeah,
it. And
it's true.
he's a good guy. So I'm happy for the both of you.
Thank you.
Guys, this is Latarielle one more time. I'm going to throw it up on here, hopefully, for you guys. Twitter.com/Latarielle, Twitch.tv/Latarielle as well. Thank you so much for being on the show, Lat. Guys,
Yeah,
come.
thank you.
No, guys, coming up next, we have Amanda Dufresne. Stick around. We'll be right back. Have you ever wanted to be interviewed by the world's okayest streamer? Well, now's your chance. To be on the show, send an email to bloomerforthewin@gmail.com with your Twitch username and what you stream. Can't wait to have you here. Welcome back, everyone. Our next guest, you know her, you love her. She's one of the best artists on Twitch.tv. She streams Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Guys, please welcome to the program, Amanda Dufresne. Amanda, so excited to have you here.
How are you?
I am doing super well, thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
That's excellent. So, Amanda, I said it in your little intro there, and I 1000% meant it. One of the best artists on Twitch. You're incredible. You're,
Definitely an artist on Twitch for sure.
well, you are one of the best, absolutely, and I don't want you to think anything else for a second. Now, how long have you been doing this? When did you get started? What's the story of Amanda?
So I started streaming on Twitch in May of 2016. We actually just celebrated my 2-year mark on Twitch with
Awesome.
my community a couple weeks ago, so that was really cool. So I started streaming, and it was to mainly just kind of have another platform, just to be on another social media.
Yeah.
And it just turned into a snowball effect of just growing and support and love. And the more that people came in and gave me, the more I wanted to give them. So from there, the stream just kind of grew into what it is now. And I can be a full-time streamer and just hang out with my community.
That's amazing, and it's so incredible. I gotta tell you, I hear this sort of thing all the time, including, I mean, I include myself with this. You don't come into streaming, or at least I don't think a lot of the successful people like yourself come into streaming thinking, hey, I'm gonna be the next big thing. I'm gonna just quit my job and go full tilt into this. I think it's something that's just it's natural when they start to see
Oh,
your
yeah.
love and your passion for it. And I think it's, again, pretty obvious. I'm an active member of your community, and I know that for me personally, I need my Amanda fix in the morning before I get started. So I can absolutely see that. Now, as far as your actual drawings, I see, well, I've heard you say this a million times on your stream, that one of your favorite things to do is different demon girls.
Oh, yeah.
So what made the transition from drawing whatever it is kids draw, a house with a little stick figure beside it, to demon girls? Where'd we go?
So my demonic monsters have kind of always been a part of my art. But it wasn't until more recently where I felt comfortable sharing that outwardly. When I started as a professional artist about 4 years ago in 2014, I started traveling to conventions all over like New England. And it got to the point where I was attending 20 plus shows at a time, like a year, you know, and that's a lot of shows. And I was just creating a bunch of fan art. I was creating what was popular. I was creating what would sell to get people's eyes on me. And then it turned to everyone like supporting my art. And I kind of had a moment where I was like, I'm just going to throw this out here. One of my like behind the scenes sketches. And it was getting just as much love. It was getting just as much attention, if not more so. So with my demons, as a young artist, before I even took art seriously, I was always drawing monsters and dragons and just a little bit of a darker thing, because for me in my art journey, it was always about like expressing myself. It was very emotional, and I was very dark, and you know, like just scribble it out. It was my therapy, man. And I think that transition from when I was drawing for just me to when I started drawing for other people and what they wanted, and then getting the confidence in myself to put like what I wanted out there, my emotional stuff out there, and people were responding to it positively. It gave me that sense of encouragement to actually follow that more and doing what I love. And like you said earlier, when you do what you love, it shows, and then more people will find you.
And that's actually exactly what I was about to bring up too. I find so interesting is I really find what you're saying, it speaks a lot to why I think you're such a growing and successful Twitch streamer as well. You're putting the real you out there.
Yeah, and it was so scary. It was so scary, and it was really hard too, because, you know, it wasn't instant, and it wasn't like, it's just that one person who commented going, this is beautiful. And the 20 people versus the 100 people that were liking my stuff. The fact that anybody liked it at all just said, this is okay. And it just kind of grew. Yeah. And then I had people, and now all of a sudden I'm recognized for the demons. And it just makes me so happy that there are people who kind of relate and they get it and they feel for me, and vice versa, because I can put that out there for them.
Absolutely. You know? And I think the thing that's so surprising, again, it's so great that we live in the world we live in. If you're in a small town community and you didn't have the access to the internet, it's really hard to necessarily find people that are going to relate to everything you do necessarily. Whereas when you have this whole worldwide market where everyone can get to be a part of this and join communities they want to be part of and things like that, you really can find a lot of like-minded individuals. And obviously you've been doing that, and again, been very successful. And so that's really incredible. Now, you are also, again, on your stream, somebody who I've seen have more guest stars and more different guests than your average streamer. Your average streamer, I think, likes to hog the spotlight as much as they can. Not you.
To be fair, consistency is important on Twitch. You want to provide a sense of constant viewer. Like it's you. It's hard to maintain people who are the constant turn, but I'm very family oriented, and I love other people, and I love supporting other people. And my family, I'm very lucky because, like you said, other streamers run a certain type of show. But I'm also finding that a lot of streamers, when you come to streaming full time, when you become bigger too, your family doesn't really understand it. A lot of friends that you have IRL may not be friends IRL anymore. But my life kind of was slightly different. Those who were involved in my life, and I said, hey, I'm going to be doing this now, instead of going goodbye forever, they kind of hopped on board with me. Yeah. And like you guys, well, I say you guys, but you know, Stacy, also Lax Girl 43, I think it is, on Twitch. Yeah. She came on Twitch. She came on Twitch for the sole purpose of supporting me and being able to spend time with me, knowing this is where I was going to be. Fantastic. And a lot of family or friends kind of go the other way. They'll just listen, and you see their eyes just vacant over. I mean, I still have my family that does that, but they're just kind of the blank stare, and it's like, okay, cool. And a lot of streamers, I hear them talk about how, you know, like, oh, my family doesn't really get it, or my friends don't really care for Twitch. But I'm lucky because Xavier, Stacy, Sam, they all support, and they all came over, and then they found themselves in other communities, subbing to other streamers, you know? Absolutely. And I think that's really cool to have that support blanket. And I'm glad you brought him up, because I wanted to talk about Xavier for a minute as well. I love that guy. He's just awesome. Now, he's obviously extremely supportive of the stream. He's a guest on your stream all the time. On top of that, I believe he started his own stream, like, not, I want to say shortly after you, not that shortly after. I believe you were a bit of inspiration for him. So let's talk about him for a moment. First off, how did this love story begin? So Xavier and I met years ago, actually at a convention.
Okay.
And it was before I was on Twitch.
Okay.
I attend Comic Cons regularly, and one show, unfortunately, I had my market, so people who were there who wanted to meet me, who wanted to get the art, who wanted to buy the art, and then I had people that were only there to ask me out to the bar after the show. And it becomes overwhelming, and it's kind of disheartening too when people are only approaching you, especially in the larger cities, especially at bigger cons, to ask you out on a date.
It's the story of my life. I absolutely feel you.
Oh
my gosh.
And I mean, sure, it's flattering, but like sometimes you just get that really sleazy person, and you're like, come on, like now you're just. It was really exhausting to keep up and just keep saying no. And I'm here for business, and I'm trying to promote my work and move forward, And Xavier and I had met earlier that year. And at another show, I'd met him while he was cosplaying. He did a cosplay with his parents, and he used to do like family cosplays and stuff.
Cool.
And I met him while he was dressed as the Penguin from Gotham.
Okay.
Very cute. And he was hobbling around the show, and I had seen him in the crowd, and I kind of like, while this guy was giving me this whole spiel how rich he was, I just kind of hollered over to Xavier, and I was like, oh, excuse me, sir. And I was waving at him, and he came over, and he's like, how is it going? I'm like, oh, excuse me, exhausting, come sit with me. So when we met, he was initially my pretend boyfriend to disperse the fanboys.
Wow.
And then after that, he kind of just became my real boyfriend. And
he sunk his claws in and just would not let go.
He became my partner in crime. And yeah, so that's kind of how we started.
Well, that's fantastic. Honestly, what a great story.
It was very fun. So then I started streaming 2 years ago. And shortly after, since I got my computer, like an actual streaming computer, because I wasn't streaming with a streaming computer, and I wasn't even streaming with webcams when I started. I started from the bottom, people. You pay your dues and you'll make your way. Shit.
And now you're here. I had to do it.
So shortly after, Xavier's like, hey, can I give streaming a go? Like, he was sitting with me, and he kind of knows what it's about, watching me, knowing what happens behind the scenes after the camera goes off, that things aren't done, And he kind of just started doing some art streams, which he was still in school, so they weren't very consistent. And then he did some game streams, but I feel like he wasn't really finding his thing, until about 8 or 9 months ago, he started doing D&D on stream. Okay. And ever since then, he's had a regular schedule. We stream every single Friday night. He's actually opening up a second campaign. It's very it's so much fun, and it's so in depth, and he's a magnificent storyteller. And he's still juggling school, but he's just at the end there. And I love his dedication and what he really has to offer Twitch. And I think a lot of people sometimes forget that you don't necessarily get to jump into streaming headfirst right away. You need to still balance that work or school or whatever it happens to be. And it really does take a lot of devotion. So good for him for being able to do that. That's really incredible. And it's also about what you want to do too. I think people get they get in the idea in their head where, oh, well, there's a lot of people watching League of Legends, so I'm just going to become a famous League of Legends streamer. Well, do you even like League of Legends?
Exactly.
Like I said, Xavier, yes, he likes art. Yes, he likes video games. But even then, streaming, he wasn't as committed. He wasn't as dedicated. But the second that D&D, that he could do D&D, and he figured out how to use Roll20 and D&D Beyond, he's been so just on his own way, on his own road, and he's actually expanding now. It took him about 7 months to expand into 2 campaigns at one time, but he's finally doing it,
And that's awesome. Now, on these Friday evening streams, are you doing the for the Dungeons and Dragons, is that on his channel or on your channel?
We stream it on his channel.
Perfect.
And we also stream with other streamers on Twitch, so you can actually see, we put their usernames on. So it's a really great way to actually have other communities kind of all follow each other, have inside jokes together, really mesh with one another. So we stream with other streamers, and in his new campaign, he's actually doing a thing where if you're a viewer, you can actually play with us. You can join the campaign. You can find a way to get a spot, but not for long term like some of the other campaigns. But it's still cool to have an opportunity to have a guest spot on a Twitch channel.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now we'll make sure we throw up his information there as well, so everyone can go ahead and throw him a quick follow while they're at. Now, Amanda, do you have time to stick around and play a quick game with us?
I absolutely do, as long as it's with you.
Fantastic, it will be. I guess if you're gonna twist my arm like that, guys. We'll be right back with you with more Amanda Dufresne. We'll be right back.
Oh, I didn't see that. Serenia TV coming at you guys. You know, a lot of people ask me, hey, Serenia, do you like Monster? Are you sponsored by Monster? And I say, I don't know, you know? Yeah, but I should be.
Welcome back, everyone. We are still with the lovely Amanda. We're actually being joined by the lovely Xavier on Amanda's side and the equally lovely Jessica on my side, Blumette. Guys, we're getting ready to play a little egg Russian roulette. Here we go. The rules. The rules, Amanda, should you choose to accept them. We each have, with our significant others, 6 eggs in front of us. Here, show the 6 eggs so we can get a real dramatic effect. There we go. The 6 eggs in front of us. 4 of which are safely hard-boiled. 2, not so much. 2, not so much. So, we're going to one at a time. As soon as your fingers touch the egg, you are committed. That's it. We're done. You're committed.
Okay.
And the first one to have 2 eggs, 2 regular eggs smashed, is the loser. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Wait, how do we know who goes first, or we just go at the same time?
Oh, this is a tough one. Okay, we do have to go. One of us has to go first. All right, ladies go first.
Oh, okay. You're so sweet.
That was gentlemanly, eh?
Okay.
All right. That was blatantly me just trying to make it so that she'd go first, guys, not me.
Well, I've accepted this. I'm a guest here. So
all right.
I should do
all
what
right.
the host
You
says.
go first. Have the eggs ready. Here we go.
Yes.
Number 1, guys.
I've never smashed an egg in my head. I don't know what type of force this needs. But I guess
you need a bit of force. A bit of force.
Okay.
Don't give yourself a concussion.
Okay.
Here we go. Did it crack? It didn't crack. All right.
Hold on. Okay, that was obviously not a real raw egg. So
She got one. All right, here we go. All right, put them
oh
up.
my God, look at the red mark.
Go,
Bloomer, go.
Hey, you want to see real confidence? Here you go. Safe.
Safe? Me too.
Safe.
Okay, good. So we're both safe.
We're both safe. I didn't think to have a spot to put the eggs, but okay, that's good.
All right, ready?
You know, we didn't talk about this, that even though it's hard boiled, there's still some water and dampness coming down.
Actually, not for me, because I actually hard boiled mine the other day when we were supposed to do this. So.
Wow. Well, guess we could have thought ahead like that.
Okay, ready?
All right.
My turn?
Go for it.
Oh, I got lucky again.
Hard boiled. It's hard boiled. Oh God, here we go. Bring it up. I don't have a good feeling about this one. I'm not gonna lie. This is concerning me. Oh God,
Oh,
here we go.
no.
3,
I know.
2, 1.
Oh! My...
Yup. That's egg, everyone.
That's what's gonna happen to me.
All right, that's one. That's okay. There's a comeback victory in the making here. You know what would have been really smart? Any sort of like tissue or something. Oh, we have some right there.
Okay, ready?
All right, Amanda, don't leave me hanging here. Don't leave me hanging.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good one.
I love that
Where
you
do
just
you
have the
put
egg.
'em?
Yeah, there's just like egg mark.
There is egg in my head.
Ah, too funny.
Oh no.
All right, it's 1-1. It's 1-1.
1-1.
And how many eggs left? 4 eggs left? Oh my gosh, we still have a lot to go.
3.
Oh, well, that's because you went first. Uh-oh. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
I need to...
Oh my gosh. Is egg good for your skin?
It's got to be good for your skin, right?
It's good for your hair, I hear.
Okay. I don't know. This is 50-50. I'm a little nervous, chat. Fam, I'm nervous about this one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Was it another one?
It was another one.
Do you know
Which I
one
guess
it was?
officially means Amanda, the first ever winner of Egg Russian Roulette. Guys,
I win.
she wins. I do not. Amanda, thank you so much for playing with us though today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Blumet and Xavier, for being part of this with us.
I think Xavier's searching for the other egg. I don't think Xavier wants to be left alone.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm getting egg in my mouth.
I have this one.
We have this one. You're going to do it? One
Rip,
more?
This
What?
is for you, Bloomer. Because you made me go first and I still won.
Uh,
I just knocked another egg on my face.
What do you mean?
Dude, this is hard boiled.
Do it again.
No.
Everyone,
Maybe I just
Amanda,
got bored.
guys.
Apparently not. There you go.
Instagram.com, Amanda Dufresne art, Twitter.com, Amanda Dufresne, Twitch.tv, Dufresne99. Thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. Guys, we're going to be coming back with musical guest, ToyMachine. Did you know that if you take your Amazon Prime and link it to your Twitch account, you can sub to your favorite streamer every 30 days free of charge? Now you do. The more you know. Welcome back, guys. Our next guest has been involved with the musical gaming community for a long time now. Matter of fact, he is the main mod for the official Rocksmith channel. He also streams on his own channel. Guys, please welcome to the show, ToyMachine. That was ToyMachine rocking out to some spider webs. Guys, you can find him on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at ToyMachineSH. For the latest Rocksmith news, you can keep up to date at theriffrepeater.com. Fam, thanks so much for tuning in today. Watching, it means the world to me. Thank you so much. Guys, we'll see you next week. Till then, though, be good to yourself, be good to each other, and hey, remember, keep your stick on the ice. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.